First things this week, bug fixes. Toby started work on this bastard, physics materials. Basically, this is to stop us sliding down ramps and such. After a truly impressive amount of time trying to make the platforms we step on activate as physics objects, Toby had an epiphany during our break and just turned on a physics material on the player instead. Bug fixed. I had been working on the map. It's still a placeholder, but I wanted more ways for us to troubleshoot the controller. Turns out to be a very good idea. This is where we found the ramp issue. And yes, the map is entirely made from walls and very poorly optimized. If you're using this series as tutorials of any sort, know that this is only good for testing, and a game map requires more variations on structure models, as well as a better flow to the directionality. Later in this clip, I've started testing out the controller, tweaking stats and numbers to try and get it moving nicer. I've realized, though, this is a large project in its own right, and we will need to do some more foundational changes before I can get stuck into tweaking. Here I grab up the model of the revolver I made. It's pretty simple, and as we haven't settled on an art style, again, this is temporary, but it gets the job done. I'm attaching materials to various points to get the idea across. This is once again pretty inefficient. For the final model, I will actually texture it and be using a single material for the whole item. This is just so I can get to testing and animating. Speaking of, next I animated the hands. You're seeing all the animations blended together here. Very rough and sketchy, but all I need for some feedback. Placeholder hands, here's the gun animations for when we implement it. Took me a while to get the animations triggering at the right spots for our controls, but we got there. In the game controls, currently we have a different state for when you are readying the mag hand and when you're not. When you've drawn it, you can currently pick things up, manipulate them a bit, and either put them down or fire them away from you. Simple stuff, but it's satisfying to see it in a game like this. Combine Toby's sliding fix, things are looking up. Next up, we'll be editing the shit out of the character controls. See you next week.